Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another episode of Killer Collab Podcast. My name is Tony D. As always, I'm joined with Chris Lato. Now, across from me, now I have to look at his ugly mug.
My balls off.
You're always putting your
Hello.
Chris Lato.
How you doing?
Doing okay. Now I see you right here, and it's awkward for me. I don't know. It's not very comfortable.
Because you're like in love with me now.
Yeah, we'll go with
Well,
that.
I can't stop looking at myself, so I'm pretty fucking handsome.
Tony's
Yeah.
in love with me. Joe's in love with him.
And now to my direct right, Mr. Joe Davison.
Hello, hi, welcome.
Yes.
Welcome back to the show,
Good to
folks.
see you.
All 13,000 of our fans.
Yeah,
Yeah, about 13.
Yeah, that's fucking great, man.
Yeah,
That's
we're
fantastic.
getting there. We're
Yeah.
getting there.
Getting on up.
Slowly but surely.
Yeah, I'm excited for today because we have a very special guest who's probably one of the most talented effects artists I've ever met. He is just renowned, and now he just won an Emmy. And you can see his stuff on American Horror Story, a bunch of everything, Army of the Dead. Ladies and gentlemen, MARCEL Banks.
Hello, guys. Thank you for having me.
Hello, thank you for joining us. I know it's bright and early where you are right now.
Nice.
Yeah, I'm barely awake.
Yeah, so did you get coffee?
I did. I had coffee. I got in super, super late last night after our plane caught fire, so it was a fun night.
Okay, what? Tell us that story, please. Continue.
So, American Airlines, who are amazing, don't ever fly them. I was reading about one of the worst airplane crashes in history as we took off and the engine exploded. So, and then panic set in, everyone started screaming fire, we're going to die, and we white-knuckled it until we circled around and landed.
Wow.
So it was and then we were delayed like 7 hours, so I got in like 3 in the morning and was like, I have to be up at 9 for a podcast.
I'm happy you made it, dude. I don't know anybody else who would have made the podcast. They just would have called us or not answered.
You traumatized?
Yeah.
I was, well, they're like, we're going to get you right back on a plane. I was like, okay, this is another American Airlines plane because I don't know about this.
I'll take roller skates.
And then John Denver started flying in the background. I was like, why?
West Virginia, Mama. Take me
A little
home.
PTSD right now.
Yeah, I'm just now coming to grips with it. I almost died. I'm like, I can't. I'm too young, too beautiful.
That's fantastic. Dude.
Yeah, I just watched a story the other day about that airplane. I think it was Southwest, where the engine blew and it smashed one of the windows, and the lady got sucked halfway out the window, and people were like trying to keep her in the plane, and she ended up suffocating and dying on the plane. And,
That's why you keep your seatbelt on the whole time.
Always.
Yeah.
So it's,
I never wear a seatbelt.
well, you're from Florida, that's why.
It's true. We're not allowed. You gotta wear shoes, seatbelts. Can only drink Milwaukee's Best.
Ugh.
Yeah. Yeah, 37 of those things will put you right in the ground.
Yeah, a little bit.
well, we're glad you made it
Yeah, that's crazy.
safely under the ground.
So were you in a window seat when that happened?
I was in the center. So the person next to me, as I was putting my book down, went, and I went, what? And he goes, nothing. And then the woman behind me goes, we're on fire, we're going to crash. And then there was another guy who was like, fire, we're on fire. And then everyone just started freaking out. And then one guy was like, I have to get off, I have to get out. I'm like, where the fuck are you going to go? And I was sent out the door.
Was it like the scene in the airplane where everybody was running everywhere?
Were you already airborne?
In the middle.
Yeah, we took off and we were like almost at a cruising altitude and then boom.
So on this picture, about where would you be in height?
We were definitely high enough that if we crashed, I wouldn't have made it.
Oh, man.
And also, it's the worst time to crash because you're full of gas when you take off. You want to crash at the end so you don't blow up.
I was like, I'm always full of gas. What are you talking about?
Yeah.
Yeah, so I was visiting a friend in New Mexico, and that was my ordeal yesterday coming up. So, we stayed at the Stranger Things house, Joe.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, from season 4.
Oh, okay. Nice.
Yeah.
I didn't see it.
Not your season, but you have a tie to it.
Yeah. I know. They didn't have to kill me, goddammit.
The excitement, yeah, I know. Yeah.
Yeah, I know.
I mean, it was a good season. Did you watch it?
was great. The first season.
Work on it? I never know with you what you're working on.
No, I love Stranger Things. I know I hate a lot of stuff. For some reason, I like Stranger Things, even though it's like derivative of every 80s movie I love. I just love it.
Yeah.
I think it's great.
It's like a time machine while watching that show. It's like it just basically just makes you think you're in the 80s because
Yeah.
it's just so good.
And they represent everything I love, but it's like hard not to like it.
It makes you want to be 12 again.
Yeah.
Which is, my mental state. Anyways.
Joe, you should call the Duffer Brothers and say, let's make a multiverse so I can come back.
Well, dude, I already talked to them about it in length in the hallway as they were putting blood on me. I was like, guys, we're not doing nothing like this. We can talk about it.
So that meeting didn't go well.
They're like, get in the elevator. What do you mean?
I don't even get like a scene. Like,
why do they get to take the stairs? I'm a scientist. Why would I get in an elevator?
well, I just want to congratulate you on your Emmy.
Thank you.
Hey, who'd you get it for?
I got it for Legendary on HBO. A show I'm sure you straight white men do not watch at all, but it's a good show.
I have you know I'm very attracted to Uncoupled. Okay.
And I can't afford Showtime. So.
Yeah, I can't afford Showtime.
Well, that is not factor.
Yeah, but I like Uncoupled.
Too rich for my blood. Too rich for my blood.
I used my sister's app, like her cable apps, and I used her password and stuff, but Showtime wasn't working. I was like, hey, what's up with Showtime? Oh, I got rid of it. Like, what are you doing?
Yeah, I was getting that for
Get rid of
free,
Showtime. I want to watch it.
I think I had it at one point. I was watching like Ray
Yeah, I
Donovan,
had it.
and I think that was the only reason I was watching it at one point. And then I was like, "Yeah, I'm not paying this anymore."
Yeah, I watched Yellow Jack.
Because that's the only thing I watched.
Marcel, what does it feel like to win an Emmy? Were you there? Were you in the audience? Did you get it like? Did they send you 2 weeks ahead?
No, because we're filming the Emmys this September 2nd.
Oh, okay.
So I got a nomination last year, but this year was different. We had a different way, so they texted me while I was at work, so it wasn't as magical. I was like on set, and they were like, "Hello, this is the Television Academy. Do you have a moment to talk?" And I was like, "Sure." They're like, "Well, we're not going to call you when I text." And then they're like, "You won." I was like, "Oh, okay, thank you." And then I had to go back to work.
Marcel, get blood over here. What are you doing?
So they really said, "We're not going to call you. We're going to text you."
They texted, and then they did an official announcement. They did an official announcement a week later with like all the press and everything. But I was like, I said, well, I've known a week, so yeah.
Like breaking up with somebody over text. You know?
I don't know.
So it wasn't very. It was cool, but not as magical as like sitting in the audience with a bow tie, like going, "Oh!" But it was still great to be acknowledged. We worked hard.
Were you working on a prop when they called you, like a sculpt or anything?
No. I literally just got the text, and they're like, "Don't tell anyone." And the press announcement went out, and everyone was like, "Congrats!" Are you excited? And I was like, "Yeah, no, wow." And it was like, you know.
Is it don't tell anyone?
What was that?
Tell anyone?
I told everyone. Yeah, I wasn't supposed to legally, but I told everyone. Like that day, I knew it was like, I'm texting everyone I know. Don't tell anyone. And I was like, "Oh, were they gonna take it away?"
They're not shooting until September, right?
No.
Yeah.
You cut out a little bit, so I barely heard your question, but I'm gonna say it's a no.
Yeah, he already said September 2nd.
September. So they shoot it September 2nd. So that's when all the announcements.
Yeah, September. There's 3 days of shooting, so there's the Saturday, Sunday, and Monday of that weekend. Yeah.
Okay, so you know we should go out to about 20,000 viewers and listeners right now.
Oh, wow, well, that's cool. How many viewers do the Emmys get? Do they get a lot of viewers?
Like 8.
Not as many as us.
Yeah.
I don't know the viewership anymore and everything. I think everyone's like, "We don't watch the Oscars, we don't watch this anymore." I'm like, okay.
Because you would reach more people.
I remember not too long ago that there were Oscar watch parties.
Yes.
And that doesn't happen anymore.
Well, you can do it on Facebook now. You can do Facebook watch parties. I don't know how they work, but
I don't either.
yeah.
I thought that was something else. I'm already on those sites.
The Oscars kind of turned into a shit show.
Watch parties?
Yeah, we
Yeah.
yeah.
I just watch for the makeup. All the movies on there are boring. It's like all the members. I probably shouldn't say they're just like old people, so it's like all boring movies. But please, if I'm ever nominated, don't take this comment into consideration when voting for me.
Our show's listened about like Hungarian men.
Right.
Yeah, so I go and I think I don't know if we go on stage and we pretend like we just won. I don't know how it goes, but
If you don't
I'll
open
be
it,
there.
I'll be very sad.
Like, I'll act all shocked.
Yeah,
So,
and I want you to like get on the back of the stairs of the chair and stand up and be like, ah, why not?
and then I would fall.
And then like you
Like he's been drinking, cut him off.
fall again, and then go up the stairs again. Just make a big deal out of it. I would.
Oh yeah, I'd pull the podium over, scream, roll around,
I'd like,
fake a seizure.
yeah. If I ever want something like that, I'd totally ham it up. I'd ham it up.
Yeah,
Man, I
my
know.
15 seconds of shame. I'm like, here we go.
You already know, right? So somehow I would sneak in a big band behind the curtain, and as soon as I got up there to do it, and they're all like, wah, 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 and I'd start fucking swing dancing and shit. I guess, I don't know. It seems about right. Something I'd do. Maybe. Yeah.
It's just going up in a huge room of people that have no idea who you are or don't care. That's what it is, really.
Good. Another one. Okay. Can we go home yet? Give me my gift bag. But I feel like I'm like that every film festival. Like, I don't want to be here. I've seen these movies 1,000 times. You know.
Well, I feel like makeup and hair, like, people like it, but they're kind of just like, okay, get to the actors, get to the best picture, get to the best show, and we're just kind of like, okay, bye.
Be your best wardrobe. That's how I feel like they're all like. The actors just want it for them, and once that's done, they all go get drunk. It's like slowly going, like everyone's just slowly leaving to go to the reception.
Yeah, basically.
You know what I mean? And at the very end, you know who the like real losers are. Is like the last category ever called because there's only like 8 people left in the audience.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like the NFL.
I already know Susan won.
Mr.
Why am I
Ronaldo.
here? Like,
I just want to know how that seat filling process works. You know how the seat
I have a
filling-
friend of mine who does that professionally. She's paid to sit at the Oscars, like 3rd row.
Yeah, I want to. So do they make all the winners sit in like the front, like aisle seats and stuff?
I think for the bigger categories, yeah. Like for the big stuff, like you're up front, so that they can get good camera angles.
Yeah, or you know, like top.
And then the less important they deem you, I guess, I guess you're back further.
I just want to get in the room. I don't care if I'm standing. Be like, and for best shoelace, Joe Davis. I'm like way in the back.
I just want to see like the camera go up and try to look around the people, just like what's that? The
Price is Right.
Yeah, so I just want them to look for it
And then zoom in.
That's how I
Come on down.
the next That's what I want to see. 'Cause that would be funny. And they have no idea where you are. Like, you're in the corner. Can you see him?
He's up in the balcony. He wasn't allowed down there.
So what are you working on now? If you
Right now I'm on a break. I've been jumping around. I was on a few Netflix shows. I was on a Disney show, and now I'm on a rester, trying to figure out what to do next.
I'm working.
Yeah, I'm working. It's just I'm at that stage. It's the end of the year, so I'm kind of just like a zombie.
Yeah.
Like,
Well, it kind
just
of
like
down soon, doesn't it? Like November, kind of like gets quiet.
yeah, November, December, and it's kind of what I'm cruising into. Like, I've got some stuff lined up, small stuff, but I'm waiting for the holiday break. So that's where I'm going.
Now
I'm waiting for Roy Joe, essentially, also.
Yeah. Yeah. Of course. I know. We're trying to. I'm only trying to get $2 million. It's really easy. I seem to be.
That's all.
Yeah. Well, it's there. It's out there. It's in contract form. I just need the motherfucker to sign it like 3 weeks ago.
We're having this business conversation. Everyone's like, what the hell are they talking about? It's like, I want my goddamn money now.
I know.
Money.
So,
It's like that commercial. It's my money and I want it now.
I want it now.
Marcel, what was your first gig? What was the first thing you ever did?
It was a student film called Rock Zombie.
Was it like
And it was-
opera?
It was a bunch of people who didn't like horror movies, and they were trying to make a horror film about a rock band who becomes zombies.
Okay.
And it was goddamn awful. And the whole time they're like, "We hate horror films. They're so pretentious. I would never, but they make money." And I was like, "Okay." And it was like horrible.
I think everybody
And I trashed it. I trashed it on MySpace, and they all hated me because of it. I was like, "What's bad? Sorry, like you guys didn't even try."
Those people now. You should hit them back up and be like, just send them a picture of an Emmy.
Are we doing Rock Zombie 2, you guys? During the Emmy now?
Come on, I need the money. I have an Emmy now. I got a image to hold now.
Yeah, and that was my first shitty gig, and then my first really good legit gig was like when I was 19 on a feature film about zombies, and that was fun. So I consider that my first like legit job.
The Book of Zombie.
Because I didn't work a lot. I realized that I was like pretty much I got fired from every job, so I just decided at like 18 that I wasn't going to work for anyone.
Did you ever work for Trauma?
No, I never did. I wanted to, and then I met with a cop, and I was like, never mind.
It seems like everyone in the horror industry has worked for him at one point.
No, I met with him, but like I just was like, he's New York based, and I was also like, I need a little bit more budget than I think you can get.
Yeah.
I like their movies; they're fun, but yeah.
Yeah, they're great. I have a hard time with Trauma, just because they're so loud. I've done so many conventions where the booth was like next to mine, and they're so goddamn loud with the bullhorn and shit. He's always there looking goofy, and it's Lloyd. I love him, but god damn it, annoying.
He's a good businessman. He just keeps it very good. Him and Charles Band, they don't have the budgets.
Yeah, well,
that's one of the biggest, toughest situations in all of filmmaking. The budget. Oh man.
Yeah. Even on multi-million-dollar things, they're like, we can't afford that. I'm like, it's $20. Like, no, we'll break the budget. I was like, you're Disney, but okay.
Here, hold on, ma'am. Coming through the gate. Don't put that 20 there. Give it to me. All right. Now we're fine. We're good.
Yeah, I stayed out of the low budget world pretty much. I never worked for Lloyd. I never worked for Full Moon. I never did any of that. I came kind of straight to LA and jumped in on the more, I guess, legit stuff. But that wasn't the plan. That was just by accident.
What did Faceoff do for you? Like seriously, like did it just like open it all up?
Faceoff got me the job in LA, and I mean, for a lot of years I talked shit about Faceoff just because I kind of thought it became a joke, and I didn't want to be known as a reality TV guy. So I became a pariah to all those producers. They like wouldn't piss on me if I was on fire. But it got me a connection with someone at Christian Tinsley's, so I jumped in there on Riddick, and I met a lot of people that way. So that was cool. Yeah. So now that like 10 years or 11 years have passed from Face-Off, it's like kind of like I'm like nostalgic for it. So I'm like, it's not that bad.
Is it still on? They don't do it anymore.
It was a fun ride. It was just at the time I was like, you're a reality star, and I was like, that's not good.
Yeah, I think Face-Off is like season 7, season 8, or something like that now.
Is it still on?
I thought it was.
I don't know.
Face-Off?
Yeah.
I think they canceled it.
Yeah, I only ever watched season 3 and season 7, which is what were you on? 4?
I was on 1.
You were on 1.
I'm OG.
Right. And then Gage is on 3.
Gage is on 1. Gage did 1 in All Stars.
Okay, I saw him on 1. Not season 1, but yeah, All Stars. I think I saw him on.
I tried to talk him out of doing that, and he had a horrible time. I was like, "Don't go back." He did. And then they never asked me back. I guess I was on the list of people calling. I was like, I would have told you guys no, but you know.
They know that already. They're like, well,
it's just it got real crazy. Like they weren't even hiring artists; they were hiring like wait staff, and they're like, just learn how to paint before you come. I'm like, that's weird.
What?
Yeah, they like scraped the bottom of the barrel for all that legit artists, and they were just hiring people that like were like, well, I painted one time 6 years ago. I was like, you guys should probably be more thorough.
Face painter at the church carnival.
Yeah. They just threw me in a van. I'm here now.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, so that was the one thing I can't complain too much because it did open up a lot of big doors for me. So I just kind of shied away from. I did a few conventions, a few signings, but I was for like a dildo signing pictures, and like they make you charge people. You know, Joe, it's like I don't know, maybe you like it's just I feel weird charging people for like a picture and an autograph, even though I'm supposed to do that. Yeah. I just would always give it to free and I get in trouble.
Well, what I do is like I also have like my books and shit there. So usually, if they buy a book, they get whatever else they want for free, man.
Okay, yeah. Because it can be awkward just talking to random strangers all day, like the same question over and over, and trying to be like still enthused about it. So you're just, because I'm sure everyone's like, Demogorgons, and you're like, yeah, Demogorgons.
No, for me, the other question was, did you meet Billy Bobby Brown?
No. Oh, was that the other question? Yeah. Did you meet any of the kids? I don't remember.
Yeah, I met them all. They were shooting the same time I was. We weren't in the class together, but I met all of them. We were all on set together. But the question every kid asked me is, Billy Bobby Brown, how is she? What's she like? Is she really English? Yeah, she's great. I killed her. She's in a ditch somewhere.
Yeah, so that was kind of like the weird thing, is like doing those conventions of like, it's all day. And it's fun because I love people, I love meeting new people, I love people that are excited about shit, especially makeup. But yeah, I always felt like kind of like weird being like, there's always like a handler who's like, stop talking, you've had your time, pay him his money, move on. I'm like, God, calm down. It's like a 7-year-old kid she's yelling at, and I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
So.
But someone like you, though, man, I feel like you should do it because a lot of people, you're not the in front of the camera kind of guy. Where when I go to conventions, you're the guys I want to meet. I want to go talk to the effects dudes. Mm-hmm. I want to go talk to, if they got some wardrobe person at a convention, I want to go, what is it, Margaret Atwood? She's like one of the best costume designers in the world. Like, I'd bend over backwards. I couldn't bend over backwards. I'd try.
Yeah, that would be awkward to see.
Yeah.
And you die. I mean, like, when I go to conventions, I meet a lot of behind-the-scenes people anyway, but most of the actors that I care about in Hollywood are dead. Or they're like, B-movie actors that no one all talk about for an hour, and everyone's like, I don't know who that is, just shut up. And I'm like, oh, well, they're really awesome. So it's like, I don't really care about the big stars or, like, going to meet, like, the big celebrities. I usually run to, like, the obscure people. So I'm on the same page with you there.
Yeah, I'd rather meet those kind of people, man. I don't know if there's like a celebrity. I would rather see Bruce Campbell than The Rock.
Yeah, but,
Yeah.
The only time you'll see The Rock is when doing like DC events.
I don't ever plan to see The Rock.
No, I'm just saying.
Like, I mean, I can't imagine what situation I'd be in where it was me and The Rock. Yeah. Like,
perhaps an acting job, Joe. I don't know. Aren't you about act?
Next to fucking The Rock. Like, The Rock's fat tubby guy. Like, what movie? Yeah. Yeah, twins. Me and The Rock. That'd be horribly. I
don't know. Yeah.
Maybe not. I might see that. I might support you, Joe.
Well, thank you.
Where did you meet Joe?
Shaving my chest.
I was shaving his chest in a warehouse in Van Nuys. He was a director in a film I worked on in 2020.
Yeah.
Yeah, 2020. He's a good friend of my good friend, and then they both directed a movie, and I did it with them.
Hey Joe, when is that movie coming out?
It's coming out soon, man. I'm sorry.
In the 20th anniversary when we filmed it, we're going to release it. So it's going to be a minute.
It's the slowest digital effects company in the world, I think. Seriously, like we spent a lot of money on visuals, and we're just now starting to get shit from them. They blamed it all on COVID. COVID.
How can you blame COVID? You're like sitting in front of a computer.
You're at home alone on a computer.
I'm pretty sure you can take a laptop anywhere with you these days, but I don't know.
Right. So we're just now, so Marcel, we got all the visuals back from the chins. Remember we did the girls' chins?
Yes.
We just removed all that blood.
This is the kind of stuff that people don't know. When blood splatter goes wrong, you spend thousands and thousands of dollars and years removing the fake blood from a chin.
Yeah, and that's what really took the longest.
The legit concern that we had.
There's 150 single shots, I think, had to be done between that.
That's crazy. Yeah, we had a few hiccups in the beginning of the production due to a producer who will not be named, but he hired someone who was terrible, and they fucked up everything and put us behind 3 days.
Yeah.
So, that was great.
So, tell us your experience on Disney, because I hear horror stories of Disney.
Well, he wants to keep working, so I don't think he'll say
anything. I don't want a mouse to come to my house with a black bag on my head and take me away, so I can't say anything bad.
Okay, don't say anything bad.
What I always say about the film industry is, like, all the companies have crazy issues, but you're working with your friends, so you're kind of in a bubble. It's kind of like you're the cool kid at school, and the teacher is like trying to break you up, and beat you down, guidance counselors like, do this, it'll help you, and you're like, whatever. That's how it is with every production. But I mean, Disney owns everything now, so it's kind of annoying, but they keep a lot of people working, so.
That's true. Did you do that job in LA, or did you come out to Atlanta for that?
LA.
What job are you talking
Mulan.
about? Oh.
He did Mulan.
Yeah.
Did you watch Mulan?
I did.
Now,
What did you like it? The way you said it, like, I have seen it, Your Honor.
I have seen said put me on. No, it was really bad. I mean, it was one of those adaptations that I didn't work at all for me on any level. It was weird. Like, it took such a fun cartoon, took all the fun out of it.
Yeah.
And it was just odd.
Yeah.
And I was only there for like 3 days on pickups for the big battle, so I was like, oh, this could go either way. But then I was hearing from people like, there's no dragon, there's no this, and I was like, okay.
And, like the remake of Aladdin. Why?
I didn't watch that. I saw the trailer and it was.
I don't care who you are. You can't.
But people went and saw that. I don't understand why people go and see things. I feel like they pump like so much mediocrity into theaters now that people just kind of accept it.
It's like Netflix, man.
It's weird.
Crap after crap. Like, it's unbelievable how much
mediocrity
is on there.
Yeah.
I can neither agree or disagree with your comment about Netflix, as I am still getting residuals from them. So therefore,
No, I'm not
bow out of
knocking
this
Netflix. I'm just saying
conversation.
there's a lot of.
Netflix is a channel. Watch stuff
It
there.
seems like everything blends into everything on Netflix.
I mean, Netflix, they make odd choices though. Like they canceled Glow, which was a great show, and then they are trying to milk the Stranger Things for one more season. I was like, once Stranger Things is gone, I feel like Netflix just going to nosedive
Well,
because there's not much to watch on there. They don't have many hit shows anymore.
well, their methodology is they're like Netflix. I mean, Stranger Things is the exception to their rule. Their rule is that they would only keep things for 1, 2, maybe 3 seasons because people will come to those. Like that's been generally their recipe. Just do 1 to 3 seasons and then that's it because people have already joined. If they've joined, they joined because of those shows and they're looking for the next thing. But Stranger Things is the only one that's gone beyond that. Like they got Lucifer for that last season and then that was it because people were crying for it when they got Lucifer and then now it's gone. Like Lucifer.
It's like they don't like House of Cards is gone. They canceled Glow in the middle of season 4 when they were filming it. Stranger Things is wrapping up, and they spent like $1 billion to buy the rights for Knives Out 2 and 3, and I'm like, that's cool, but is that a good investment? $1 billion for 2 2-hour movies?
No.
I'm like, I don't. And now that we're gonna put commercial in, I was like, okay, just close the casket lid. You're done.
Yeah.
I want to see them do more Fear Street or something of that nature.
I think Fear Street or a new Goosebumps reboot or something would be great. I agree. Fear Street was good.
If they did a really better version of the Twilight Zone than what they had the remake of, that wasn't good. But the problem that I think they missed with the new Twilight Zone was, if you watch the old Twilight Zones, every episode had a new director, had a visionary, had something never been done before. And the new Twilight Zone, basically, I think was the same director for like 5 or 6 of the episodes. Yeah. You're not getting that different flavor like the original Twilight Zone gave.
Well, if you remember the original like Nightmare on Elm Street TV show, it was basically that. If you've seen the TV show,
Nightmare on Elm Street,
yeah,
fucking forever.
Yeah, Freddy's Nightmare.
Yeah,
but they did each episode was a different story, and it was just awkward and weird.
A varying success.
Yes.
Some of them were great, some of them were really bad. But I mean, that's kind of the fun of it.
Yeah.
I mean, I heard they're bringing back Black Mirror, which I think is a good move as well. Because that was another great show. So we'll see how long Netflix can float.
Marcel, and I think you and I could expedite this specifically because we need to get Sean and Victor together and tell them to stop arguing and let us go make Friday the 13th.
I mean, yeah, I don't think that's gonna ever happen. I think once money and lawyers get involved, they're done with their friendship. I mean, realistically, though, I don't know why Sean's even fighting him on this. Like, so the lawsuit is we can't use Jason's name, and we can't say Crystal Lake, and we can't use Pamela Voorhees. Okay, like there's plenty of sequels of Friday the 13th where they don't say his name. No one cares about a prequel with his mom, and we don't. And most of the films don't take place at Crystal Lake, so I don't understand this whole thing. But they keep trying to reboot it. And I was like, I don't fucking care about his mom. I don't fucking care about Camp Crystal Lake. I just want to do the hockey mask cutting people up. Yeah. And it's like the simple thing, and I keep fucking it up.
Yeah. I mean, the fan films were pretty good, even though they're low body counts, but they were pretty good. The fan films that they made, Never Hike Alone.
Yeah, those were actually, those I felt were better than the last 4 mainstream movies, yeah. It's just weird. I don't know. And also, I mean, I know Sean. He sent me home on Faceoff, ironically. And I just feel like when he kind of takes over the reins, it kind of just shits the bed. I hate Jason Goes to Hell. I don't like Jason X. I didn't like the remake. I don't like Freddy vs. Jason. Garbage. So I'm kind of like, yeah, just get it away from him or just get it back to basics. I don't know.
See, for me, Jason X is so campy and so like just out off the wall. Like I don't even consider it a Jason movie just because it's like one of those. So
it's Jason in space.
Yeah, so
I will say of all the sequels of the 90s, Jason X is the most watchable.
Yeah.
Because it's so like, what the fuck were they thinking? What's happening? But like Jason Goes to Hell is so bad, and the remake is horrible, and what's the other one? Freddy vs. Jason was garbage as well, like unwatchable to me.
Yeah. I liked Freddy vs. Jason, but the soundtrack was pretty good too. I like the soundtrack. If you listen, just
I'm trying to remember what was on the set. I mean, Ronnie, you always pick pretty good music. I was just completely shocked at how it was like this over-the-top, campy, like corny CGI fest. I was like, this is weird.
Well, they changed the
yeah,
lore. They changed the lore of.
I mean, the originals.
What are we talking about?
Freddy vs. Jason.
Oh, Freddy vs. Yeah, they did a little bit.
Well, Freddy and Jason were so indie when they first started.
Yeah.
And those sequels were pretty low budget also.
My biggest
and then the last one was so like Hollywood and big budget. And just
well, here's what I'm saying.
Well, my gripe was they said Jason was afraid of water, and then Freddy was afraid of fire. He's in a boiler room where there's fire everywhere.
Yeah.
And then Jason's in the lake probably 1,000 times. Like, I don't think that's
he lives in the lake. There's a cave. When he's not killing people, he swims down in like a manatee into a cave and he hibernates until more campers show up that are between the ages of like 18 to 24.
Like they fucked up the story.
And like, then he waits. The first couple that had sex, he's coming out. They don't have sex.
He hears the
They
last
don't have
moan.
sex. Jason will show up, man. But they don't know that because kids are gonna. Fuck, this is gonna happen. So here's my proposal. I wrote a script for my style of writing, Marcel. So
yes.
I wrote a script for Friday the 13th Jason Voorhees movie, not named that, right? And I've been yelling at Roy for like 2 years to take it and give it to Sean and say, let's just
go to Sean's house and stick it in the door.
I thought about it.
You should. Why not? What's the worst that can happen?
Just like hammer it into his fucking window or something. Like throw it right through the window.
Tie it to a brick.
Wake up! Do this!
Yeah. So seriously, like I don't know, man. It's always the same story. It's never gonna happen.
I mean, I read the scripts for the last few that almost got made, and I didn't really care for them at all. I thought they were really bad. And I was honestly, like, I'm such a huge Friday fan. I was like, you guys, no one's gonna like this. Like, that one script had, like, it was Jason's dad was the killer, then his mom started killing him, and then Jason showed up for, like, the last 15 minutes, and, like, the water tower fell on him or something, and that's how they killed him. And I was like, what the fuck is going on? Like, who wrote this? Like, what boomer was like, this is what the kids want? It's so bad.
What do you want to see? What do you want to see?
That's what I want to see.
I think he was wasn't he the cook or something? Like, I forgot the lore behind his dad. I think we only heard about him in the comics that they made.
Yeah, he was like, I think he was one of the people who went to the graveyard. Or he was like a drunk or something. I don't know. It was like, it's all hazy.
What would you want to see in a Friday the 13th movie?
I mean, honestly, I would feel like the only way to get it back on track is I would retcon the series back to after the events of Part 3 and just pick up from there. Because, like, Part 2 and 3 take place in the same weekend, so you could really just start it up. Or maybe you can even do it after Part 4 and just reboot it there. Have it in the 80s or jump ahead a few years to like 1988 or something. You got to get away from technology and just got to get back on track.
So which one was your favorite one? Because we have a conversation. Part two?
Yeah.
Because I think my favorite was the newest Tommy Jarvis. I think that was my favorite. I don't know why. It just...
Which one's that?
The one where...
Is that 4?
Where he's actually like a zombie now. He's supernatural when he gets...
That's part 6.
Yeah, I like that one. That's 3, 6,
I think
1.
I think 6 is my favorite.
3, 6, 2, 1.
Yeah, mine's like 6-3.
Yeah. They got some cool shit in 6.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I hate part 1 as well. The more I watch it over the years, I'm like, I don't get it.
One's kind of boring.
Well,
Yeah.
one was for
It's really slow.
One was for the shock factor because back in what 78 or when it came out, like no one expected that at all. But now we're like, okay, the mom did it.
Oh yeah.
And it's not. I mean, there's some good performances. Some of the actors are good. It's just the pacing's off in certain areas, and then it's like there's low moments where I'm like, nothing's happening. The last 20 minutes though are great. It's just the lead up. I'm like, God, something happened, please.
Yeah.
Someone gets stabbed or something.
I like no. Wait. I always get 4 and 3 confused.
4
Which
is
one
three's
takes
the one where he
place-
gets his mask.
Huh?
3's the one where he gets the mask.
Gets his mask to the dock.
Shelley, the guy doing all the practical jokes and stuff, and then
Right. No.
the spear gun in the eye.
What's the group home?
That's
part 5.
That's the worst call.
That's the underrated one. Part 5 is fun. Who's calling you?
It's funny, Royce.
Take the call.
Hey,
We were just talking about you.
see, I don't like 5 just because it wasn't Jason.
5 sucks.
I don't like 9. 9?
No one likes that.
That's Jason does the hell.
I don't like 9.
It seemed like after
Yeah.
3,
I don't
every
like the
other
remake.
one
I hate
sucked.
the remake. Mainly because I met the Jason dude and he was just kind of a dick.
Who was that?
Derek Mears.
Yeah.
He was just like a dick. I was at a convention and I was like, dude, I fucking love Jason, blah, blah, blah. And he's like, I'm the only one. I was like, I met Kane Hodder once. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you're not, bro. So,
I mean, I like the remake as in, I just like him running. I think the kills were a little bit more graphic. Like I just.
Yeah, I disagree. I feel like he runs in part 2, and the kills in part 2 are way more graphic. And I was like, it was weird. He was like, he hung a girl on a sleeping bag over a fire. I'm like, what is happening? And also, it's that weird, and this is going to sound very, like, I don't know, maybe racist, but it's that Michael Bay, like, everyone's like a white Hollister model, and they're all wealthy. And I'm like, these aren't like anyone I know, right? 16-year-old millionaires, and they're on like giant 10,000 square foot cabin. I'm like, okay, sure, whatever. And I hate how they're like, we're recording everything, and then they made the black guy like a hip hop artist. I was like, okay, sure, we'll go with this. It's just, it's overproduced. That's the problem.
Very cliche.
our first night of sorority, we shot where they shot one of the Friday the 13th. Yeah, up on that hill. Remember? We got kicked.
Well, I was in the makeup trailer for like 14 hours losing my mind, so I didn't get that tidbit of information. But I've been to almost every filming location from the Friday the 13th films, except part 2. So that's cool that I can say that I've been there.
It got burned down. The whole
I think
cabin
9 was
got
more like in
burned down.
the desert type of setting.
We spent a whole day setting up the cemetery scene and shit. And then the next day it got closed down because they threw a fucking rave there. During the fucking pandemic.
They had to rent out the space, and there was like, I found purses, IDs, wallets, cell phones, ecstasy tablets, bags of cocaine everywhere. All day I was like trying to pick it up so the dogs wouldn't eat it. So they had this dog running on. I'm like, there's ecstasy everywhere.
Like, I love
Dogs
this
gonna run around humping everything.
It was like random.
I didn't find 7 bags of weed though. I mean, what?
You'd be lucky if it was just natural weed.
Well,
it's probably laced.
probably there.
Oh,
Oh man,
shit
I
there.
don't know. We shot a movie afterwards. Who knows what I was on?
True. I can
Long
only-
nights,
I
man.
can really imagine what goes on in your head. I don't know if I want to imagine.
Scary, bro.
So,
I feel like people always glamorize filmmaking. I was like, really, you're just tired and cold, and you're up from like 5 p.m. to like 7 a.m.
People don't.
Then you go home and sleep for like 3 hours and get up and do it again.
People don't know the hard work that's involved in creating. They're like, "Oh, I could do that." No, you can't. Stop.
No, you can't.
No,
Like the best I ever had was I worked with kids one time, so my schedule was 11 a.m. to 5 p.m. every day. And I thought that was amazing. I was like, I love it. And then an hour break for schooling, and that's like in heaven.
Oh, I mean, I just think it's a funny conversation where people like think that filmmaking is easy to do and like oh yeah, my budget, I could do that with less money. It's like, no,
No, you can.
because
No.
they don't realize like the manpower that it takes to do this. Now, unless you're doing one of Chris's movies, then he just, I don't know.
He does it all himself.
Yeah.
Edit, camera, shoot.
I can't do that. Well, no, I
can't
can't
do
do that. I wouldn't want
I can't do it because I need my stories are absurd. The shit that I want to make is absurd.
Well, that's the thing. Is like I know what I can accomplish, so I write based on what I can do. Not
not
crazy
me.
Yeah.
shit.
And I also feel like if you're good at editing, you're good at directing because you know what you need and you'll only shoot that. I feel like there's directors that just shoot everything. I was like, are we good? What is the shot though? Like, why are you shooting the back of her head if it's going to be her knee?
So I shoot, direct, and edit. So it's like I know exactly what I need to cut it together.
Yeah.
And I don't do like all this crazy extra, taking 20 takes on something that you're not even going to use later.
No, I don't believe in 20
Just
takes,
bogs
man.
you down.
If you don't get it in like 4, fucking move on.
Yeah.
Joe, what are you talking about? I remember there was times you were due on like take 12 or 13, I felt like. And I was like, I'm going to take him away from that fucking camera. And I know everyone will back me up on that. I was like, what is he filming?
I don't know. We had a lot of. To be fair, anything outside the cemetery, I don't know if there's any worse conditions than what we were trying to do those nights. Those 5 nights were the coldest nights and the windiest nights I've ever had in my entire life. And it was blowing so bad that it was lifting our set up and taking it away.
The light fell over and smashed. I remember that. And then the actress got all that dirt in her contact lenses. And I was like,
But now, from experience, I do Joe's auditions now, and I know exactly what you mean with how many takes he takes.
Oh,
yeah, I love when he's like, I'm like a 1 take, maybe 2 take wonder in and out. I'm like, okay, add a few more numbers on that and we'll be accurate.
Well, I mean, it's...
One thing took about 2 hours, and it was like 3 lines.
I say going into it loosely based on dialogue. You don't have to follow it. I say that in my own films because I know that I'm not going to remember what the fuck's on the page even though I wrote it. So I just kind of wing it.
Oh, I know.
Yeah.
Oh, I know. Anyway, so I definitely understand, and we'll back you up on that.
Yeah. Yeah, that's one of those things. Meanwhile, I'm like so stressed about getting mine in 1 take because I'm like, we've been waiting for this, we gotta get it go. And then Joe's like, no, let's do another take. 1 more take's great. And I'm like, yeah, 1 more take. I'm like, oh, okay. Everyone has this luxury, but me, cool.
Is he one of those that's like, perfect, that was perfect, let's do another one?
Yeah. 1 more for safety, man. Yeah. But thankfully, I mean, there's not a lot of work that has to be done when we shot all the effects because your effects are amazing. Your costumes are the creature makeup is amazing. I can't wait for people to see it.
I need to see the final edit of the film before I comment because I don't want to be like, it's great. I never say my work's great anyway. I always feel like I don't know, I'm just a little more humble on that. I am happy with what I did for sure. It was a lot of work since I lost my entire team before we started filming. So I was just there, 1-man show pretty much.
When you're going in between sets and you're resetting makeup and doing all that, what's the biggest like frustration that you generally have? Now, is it the actors? Is it not the climate? What happens?
It depends on the actors. Sometimes the actors are shit and they're just really like, they know what they signed up for, they're making a lot of money and they complain. But I'm pretty good dealing with bad people. But usually what it is you get the makeup on, you're there 3 in the morning, you put it on until like 6 in the morning, and then they have breakfast, and then you don't film them until like 5 in the afternoon. And then by then they've fallen asleep in the trailer, they've eaten, they've had drinks, they've touched it, and then someone was like, why does it look like that? I was like, because it's been on her face for 14 hours. You got here 2 hours ago, we've been here since 1 in the morning.
Yeah.
So that's usually the frustrating thing. I'm always like, if we get her in the makeup, with them in the makeup, can we film this ASAP? Like, at least they're close-ups. But, it never happens that way. It's always, the wides, the mediums, and close-up. And I'm like, okay. That's the most frustrating thing is, like, you do really beautiful makeup, and then they film it 12, 13 hours later.
I imagine that being awful.
Yeah, it's awful for me and the actor because they're sitting there and they're trying to, like, sit up like this and like, not eat. They're, like, just drinking all day, and they're trying to, like, not move. And it's, like, it's not fun.
I remember you applying the splinters to my face in, I don't know, I think it was 10 degrees in a tent. And the wind was blowing the tent away. And you were like, can I just get a minute?
I was like, we gotta do the changeover on Joe. And I'm like, okay, well, it's gonna take this much amount of time. Like, okay, you have like a third of that. And I'm like, no, we need more time. And that always happens. No matter how much you plan to, like, you'll have 4 hours to just make up myself. No matter what, the biggest productions, you'll get in the trailer and they're like, okay, so we're going to need her in 15 minutes. And I was like, well, that's not going to happen, so.
She's in a full body prosthetic with a dragon tail. It's not 20 minutes, guys.
Yeah, it's always like the time crunch. They always try and, like, pull the rug out from under you. Luckily with Roy, though, Roy's an effects artist, so he knew and he was pretty good about it. You can always tell the producers and the PAs who had no idea anything about makeup or movie making. Because they're like, oh, is he ready? I was like, he just stepped into the trailer. Like, literally 3 minutes ago.
So take me back to when you actually worked on Riddick. Did you actually work, like, Vin Diesel? Like, did you...
I wasn't there. I wasn't union yet. So I went to the shop and I helped make all the giant bone monsters, and I helped test the big death of the mama alien, and I made organs for the mama alien, and what else did we do? I painted the bones. We did a lot of research and development on how to, like, cut up, because they got the big mama alien, he slides under and cuts it up, so we figure all that out. And I thought going into a huge shop like Christian Tinsley's, because he's like an Oscar winner and a genius, and there was like 4 people, and I was one of them, and I was like, oh, yeah, if we hire someone, we trust them. And I was like, uh-oh. So it was like this young kid who didn't know shit. And I was like, oh my god. So I was like, all eyes on me.
He's like, put it in.
But yeah, I didn't get to go to set. Is it David Toohey? Is he the writer director of that movie?
No idea. I don't recall. Let me look.
I think it is. He started out doing like a little bunch of horror films, but I feel like he kind of got really like uppity and full of himself because he was always like giving like really kind of harsh notes. And at the same time I was there, I think they were filming another season of Faceoff, and their Faceoff house was next door to his house. And so all the production were like, he's terrible. He's always calling the police on us. He's always complaining. He hates those kids in the neighborhood. And I was like, okay. I was like, yeah, he seems fun.
Yes, it was David Toohey. But that sounds like an experience on that type of set and in that capacity. Like, just being a young kid, being able to, like, being hired on such a big property, an IP like Riddick, is actually one of my favorite movies. Like, it's actually, I like it. It's fun.
Yeah, what?
It was a fun.
I love Pitch Black. I saw Riddick once, and I remember liking Riddick. I love Pitch Black. I love Riddick. I didn't watch the Chronicles of Riddick.
Yeah,
I don't think I saw that one.
I think I only saw one of them.
Well, probably Pitch Black. Probably Pitch Black.
Yeah,
where he's just the criminal. And...
yeah, he's on a plane or a spaceship, and they crash land on a planet full of pterodactyls or something. What it is?
No, yeah, going into a studio like that, I knew it was a big deal, and it was also the first thing I did after Face Off, and I knew that if I didn't really up my game and try hard, I would be labeled as, like, the reality guy whose career went nowhere, so I was very, like, in there. I don't think I had much fun on Riddick because I was so focused on doing well, and, like, you're around really talented people that are just, like, you're under a microscope, so you're just nervous the whole time. So, like, at the time, it was just stress and work. And then I started working at Horror Nights at Universal at the same time. So I would come home from Horror Nights at 5 in the morning, go to bed, get up at 7, catch the bus to Tinsley's, and then I would leave Tinsley's at 1 p.m. to take the bus to get to Universal by 2 p.m., and I worked from 2 p.m. to 5 a.m. every day. So I was sleeping like 2 or 3 hours a day for like a month on top of the stress. So, like, at the time, it was just a blur of, like, oh, God, I have to get up. Oh, God, I don't want to fuck up. But now, looking back, it's really cool. It's fun.
Yeah. Well, I remember when I was, like, 19, 20. I don't think I ever slept.
I didn't.
Yeah, I would die if I tried that schedule now. My body would just completely shut down.
Literally die.
I can't.
I need at least 12 hours of sleep now to feel like I can get up and do anything.
Yeah, but at 19 and 20, did you realize like how big, like how huge that opportunity was? Like I know I think that was a big deciding factor. Basically, everything like that what woke you up every day. Like, this is it. Like this is how I get my foot in the door into like big Hollywood. Like this is.
Well, yeah, since the time I was 7, I told my parents I wanted to do monster effects, and there was no clear way of doing that, especially I was in Washington on a farm. So, like, once I got any opportunity I got, I took it as, like this, if I die, I have to make this, like, my lasting thing. Like, everything has to be perfect. So, like, getting all those opportunities is really a cool thing. I didn't take it for granted at all. I was probably having less fun than my peers. They were like, "Let's party. We're in LA for the first time." And I was like, "No, I have a job. I have a career I have to think about." And then I went from Riddick to American Horror Story season 3 at the same company. So I had a lot of momentum and I was making good connections. So I was really career focused and it was really exciting because I knew it was like, oh, my friends aren't getting these opportunities right away. So take advantage of it. Yeah. Really soak it in.
You can go on a dry run, like just like actors and like directors, like
what? What do you mean? I mean, I haven't worked in 2 years, but what do you mean?
So, like, you never know when that next opportunity or the next job is going to come around. There's so much competition, especially in LA, where you have to like put like your best foot forward at all times, and it's something. And it's pressure. It's a lot of pressure, but it's hard. Like,
well, there's less pressure now that you won an Emmy and going to have to keep up that same kind of consistency. So good luck with that.
Yeah, I'm just gonna burn out. I'm gonna die of like a bleeding ulcer or something.
Right. What happened to him? He smoked himself to death. He didn't smoke. We know.
I didn't work for a week, so I threw myself off a building. I'm like, oh.
Right. He jumped off the O on the mountain. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, and also in LA, like Joe knows, it's like it's a lot of who you know and you know your reputation. A lot of people will hire people even if you're not that talented. If you have a good personality and like you work hard, you'll get work. It's not about. It's like a mixture of talent and personality, really. Yeah, really. Because you don't want to be stuck on a set for 17 hours with someone you don't like, so you hire people you like.
Yeah, you make friends. Like my problem is I get really attached to people real easily. So like.
Yeah, he's been here for a year and we can't get rid of him.
Yeah, I won't leave. But like after sorority, man, like you and Roy, obviously Roy and I are very close. I just felt close to you guys, and it's hard to pull away from that, like because you gotta go work on something else, and they're gonna go do something, you're gonna go do something, and now you haven't talked in 6 months, and then it's like a year you haven't talked. And you're like,
it's weird because you become, and it's the most genetic thing, but you do become like a little kind of like family unit because it's literally just like the same 40 people together every day for like a month and a half. And that's all you see, all you talk about, like on your days off, if you have any, you're texting them about what's going on when you go back to work. So you're just around the same people. And, I'm around the actors every single day, intimately, putting on makeup. So like you get close to everybody. And then suddenly it's like, okay, we're off. And then you see people in other sets. It's weird.
You're like, oh, she's getting her makeup done by Bob.
Yeah, but someone else, I'm like, you whore.
Cheater! Yeah, it's sad for me because, like I said, man, like I become immediately attached. I'm like, they don't call me. They didn't call me for work. They made a movie and I'm not in it.
Yeah, and that's another thing that always happens. Like you're in a group of people, and then like you see a certain amount of that group of people go do something. It's like, oh, why didn't they call me? Or what's going on? But like that happens with me too. Like sometimes there's not a fit for someone or something, and then you try to take it personal because it's like we hung out for 6 months together. And you didn't call me.
Yeah. You shaved my chest. He did.
No, I can't.
And then he put a prosthetic here. My heart got ripped out.
Well, I was like, Joe, you called me the other day to congratulate me, and I answered. I didn't have your number in my phone, and you're like, you didn't save my number. And I was like, well, no, I don't think I ever got your number. And I know the other day that you called Roy to get my number, so you didn't have my number saved either. You gave me a little pity party. You were like, man, you didn't have my number saved. I felt all bad. I was like, oh, damn.
motherfucker.
The truth comes out.
Yeah.
Well, I didn't. I had this is a brand new phone. Sorry, and all the numbers are.
You need a case for that too.
I have a case.
That's not a case.
That's an OtterBox.
This is a case.
Listen, I don't. All right.
Why do you think you had to buy a new phone? Because it
No,
broke.
I didn't buy a new one. No, we upgraded for free. We had an S10, and now we have an S22.
Ooh, fancy.
For 10 years, I don't know how long that was. They last. Whatever.
4.
Anyways. So, but no, I didn't have your number in this phone, and I
phone, who
called
dis?
Roy. And I was like, I want to wish myself congratulatory, call.
He didn't lead with that go. He was like, "Hey, you don't have my number, man." Oh man. And I was like, "Oh shit, I feel like an asshole."
You know my number saved? Well, I'm not going to tell you. I just had to talk to Roy for 5 minutes to get it.
And then he's going to say he just had to silence Roy when he just called. So you see how he treats
Oh,
him.
no, I'm going to call Roy when I get in the car and be like, yeah, I was on the podcast with Marcel. He told me you sold me out.
Hey, what's the poster behind you?
Me? Garbage Pail Kids, the movie.
Oh,
Can't
that's
tell.
weird. We were just
I thought it was
talking about
Mad
that
Max.
movie yesterday. Me and my girlfriend were just talking about that.
Mad. I guess there's a road behind it. It could be Mad Max. Yeah.
Yeah.
I like what people consider to be shitty movies, and I love them.
Yeah. Howard the Duck? I fucking love Howard the Duck.
Howard the Duck is one of my all-time favorite movie. I have a Howard the Duck tattoo. I have the poster in my room. I worked with one of the people that was in. I met Leah Thompson at a party, ran right into her. She thought Back to the Future was coming. I was like, no, bitch, we're talking about Howard the Duck. And she looked like she was like, oh, no. But she was nice. She talked to me about it. But she had that moment of terror, like, please, God, don't embarrass me at this party.
Oh. I mean, I bet she was awesome. I mean, Leah Thompson.
Yeah, she's cute. Yeah. I mean,
All the right moves.
now, she was very cute.
She's also in Jaws 3D, which is one of my favorite Jaws movies. So I'm like, okay. I was like, you did some cool shit.
That's the first Jaws I saw in the theater. This was 3D. I was like, I got
It's a good movie. I like it.
3D glasses.
Is that the one where they're in the tube?
Yeah, they're
Little
underground
girl goes,
SeaWorld.
Mommy, look at
Let's see it.
Yeah, the underwater
Holy
SeaWorld. Danny Glover's in it. Right? Danny Glover? Yeah.
I haven't seen the movie probably.
No, Louis Gossett Jr.
I knew it was.
One of them.
He said it.
Some guys in that cube. I don't know.
See what I have to deal with every week.
Yeah.
What do you got next? What's next on your plate? What did you say?
Me? What?
What do you think I said?
I heard put it on my plate, and I was like, what? Or what's on your plate?
Put it on my plate, baby. We'll see where it goes. No. What's next? On
I don't know. I'm on a break right now. I have, well, I don't know if I should say it because I signed NDAs, but there's another TV show coming up, but it's not for sure. So I never say it's in the bag until I'm working on it. But right now I'm just kind of taking a break because I feel like it's just been a whirlwind of working. And I just want to take I almost died yesterday, Joe. I need a break, okay?
Yeah.
Is that okay?
Take a breath, man. Yeah.
I literally was sucked out of an airplane and landed on the ground safely, so I think I earned this break.
Yeah, absolutely. Listen,
That's how the story will evolve, yes. Over the years, it'll just get crazier and crazier.
no, you don't
Like,
understand.
everyone died but me. I have a horrible burn on my body from it.
10 years ago, Marcel was hanging out of a plane. He almost died. Wait till you hear
Yeah, I was hanging out with 2 fingers.
Yeah. He was wearing suspenders that got caught on the seatbelt.
He did the Tom Cruise hanger from the
Right.
thing.
He was like,
Yeah.
he was Ghost Protocol in that shit, man.
That's fun.
Yeah.
What's next for you, Joe?
I'm working with Roy and I. We're literally got a contract out right now for this movie called Attack of the Fish People that I'm waiting for that dude to sign. I think you know about that. And then I just landed a deal, a little smaller budget, to hopefully be shooting in New Mexico called Dead House. So
Oh, cool.
yeah, that just happened like what's today? Tuesday, so like Thursday, Wednesday of last week, it kind of became to fruition. I don't have any contracts yet, but it's coming from a reputable source that the investment's coming. So
Awesome.
that fell in my lap. I wanted to. My focus has been attacking the fish people for months now, and we're very close to that. Just waiting on this contract to get signed. And then while all that was happening, this other project fell in my lap. So I was like,
Well, I told you I wanted to do Dead House for a while.
I know, but
I still want to do that one.
well, now it got funded out in New Mexico.
I'm going.
So, yeah, all right.
I'm going.
Yeah, do it.
Everything's going to New Mexico right now. That's where Gabe's working right now in New Mexico. He's out there in New Mexico.
What's he working on?
I think Atlanta's drying up for a while. New Mexico is going to be hot for a few years.
Yeah, I've been saying that for like 2-3 years now. That New Mexico's that's the next hot spot, and now Atlanta's drying up. New Mexico's probably about to blow up in the next year.
It goes in waves though. Every few years, like Atlanta's huge for a couple years, and then it dries up, and then New Mexico's huge, and then it dries up, and then everything's back in LA, and then it's back in Atlanta. It just goes in a wave. It's whatever the tax breaks are, honestly.
Yeah, of course. Well, follow the incentive.
Well, Atlanta's really like you're either working with Tyler Perry or Marvel, like right now. That's
Pretty much.
That's pretty much what like Atlanta is.
It was Stranger Things. They shot the first 2 seasons in Atlanta.
Yeah.
Then they moved to New Mexico.
They did some of the last season in Atlanta. I think they're doing the next season in Atlanta again. So
Better bring back fucking Dirty Tech.
Maybe in flashback.
they gotta get you for a flashback sequence as a corpse.
Just like
Oh man. But I think Atlanta is definitely drying up. There's not. I mean, they're not doing much Marvel out of there now. I don't think.
They just wrapped up Guardians, and then I don't know where they shoot the other shows. Like I don't know where they shot Mrs. Marvel or Moon Knight. I don't know where they were shooting those. So that might have been Atlanta too.
yeah, I don't know, man. I used to get a ton of auditions out of Atlanta from this company, Feldstein in Paris, casting company.
Yeah.
And I haven't gotten anything from them in like 6 months.
Yeah.
And I was getting like 2 gigs, 2 auditions a week. So.
Do you tell your agent what you want to go on auditions for? Like, do you tell them like anything or specific roles?
My old agent, I've only had a new agent for about 2 months, and he's very good. And he will text me and say, "What hot show right now are you trying to get on?" And I'll say whatever the fuck I'm watching, you know. Supernatural. He's like, that doesn't shoot anymore. But like, you know, there's some stuff out now that's shooting, like a series called Poker Face. I just auditioned for. I've been auditioning. I've had about 6 auditions for the Twisted Metal series.
Yeah, those are the ones that took 2 hours to do.
Well, yeah.
Based off the video game, Twisted Metal?
Yeah. They're making a series shooting in Atlanta out of it.
Is it like Mad Max? Isn't that what? Didn't you just drive around doing things in that game? I don't remember that game really well. Yeah. Oh, that's cool.
So it's like a Mad Max. It follows a courier who like delivers shit, and he's trying to get out of the game, and he runs into all the bad guys in the vehicles and shit like that. It's I don't know. But Fallout has a new series coming. I'm trying to get on that.
Oh, damn. Okay. I feel like I would just audition for horror films. I feel like I wouldn't have fun filming a drama or something. I don't know.
Because I said, listen, I was like, I don't want to audition for Hallmark movies. I don't give a shit about that. I'm not that actor. I don't want to go after every role. I don't want to be a bartender. I said, I'm trying to make my mark in the horror industry as the you know, like a big horror film director, horror comedy guy. This bullshit like Hallmark stuff, I don't care about, man. Get me the horror stuff. You know, get me Fundy. Get me that shit. I don't care about the rest. So that's what he's doing. He's trying. He also has irons in the fire for fish people out of Europe. But we'll see.
Okay.
We'll see.
See, for me, I would just attach to anything really.
Well, I'm too busy trying to get all the other shit done.
Yeah.
I'm too busy finishing up sorority. I don't want to audition for nonsense. Like I really have. I don't have a lot of time, and the time that I do have, I need to really use it for things that are making money for my books.
Yeah.
Sorority. Yeah.
But do you ever think that doing like a really maybe unique role would lead to exposure or awards or buzz?
Of course I would. Yeah, of course. I would do something like that. I like character roles, but it's got to be worth it. It's got to be, that's why I don't know. That's why you gotta pick and choose, man. You gotta be choosy. Time is money. I don't have a lot. I got 4 kids. I don't have a lot of time.
Yeah, I'm sure. Gotcha.
How do you pick your gigs? You're just like,
What was that?
I said, how do you pick your gigs? How do you know what you're taking next?
Honestly, I say no a lot more than I say yes. It depends on the amount of the effects, how demanding the effect will be. Or if I know it's going to be like a really rough gig, but I know it's going to be rewarding because they're going to shoot it well and it's going to be like a cool challenge, I'll take it. But I kind of turn down the small stuff like, oh, it's $100 a day, but it's going to be fun. This last year was crazy. For whatever reason, I was not. Well, I shouldn't say this year. It was like last year leading to this year, but I had like almost kind of a mental break from all the stress of everything going on. So I was just turning down. I turned down like 4 really huge shows, like department head offers and other stuff, just because like I'm not in the right mindset to handle this stress. I'll have a freak out. I'll deliver all this shit work. But now it's like I base it on how fun it's going to be. I feel like if it's going to be fun and it's going to be a lot of work, then it'll be worth it. Or if it's not going to be fun, yeah, and it's going to be like something that everyone's going to see, it's going to be an awards thing, I'll do it. It's really just, I don't know, it's just kind of like in the moment when it hits me, I try and weigh the pros and the cons of how much effort's going to go into it, who's actually going to see it. Because I mean, you can do a great film, and if no one's going to see it, it's like, okay. Like, do you have distribution deal? Do you have, it's just you going to sell a DVD out of the back of your car at like your friend's party?
Who's already on the project? Usually it's on.
Yeah, so I don't know. It just hits in the moment. But I always try and stick in the horror genre, but I have been trying to move into more like old age makeup, subtle makeup, stuff like that. I think you get to a certain stage where you start out at gore, and then you go into monsters, and then you go into the old age. That's like the progression of makeup artists.
Yeah, because you're dying. So you want to just start making old age on everybody so it matches your face.
I'll be the guy who's like, I don't like horror films. I don't enjoy violence. I don't think it's entertainment. I just like to do eye bags on Mill Street.
Right.
That'll be me.
Right. Every interview would be from the same like crown chair you sit in, smoking a cigar or a cigarette.
Yeah, a very long cigarette.
Yeah, I only do lipstick now. Who needs lipstick? That's all I do.
Yeah, it just depends on the moment. And also it's how the producers approach. Like, you know, like if they've got like a good pitch, like they really are into it, and I'm like, okay, cool.
Yeah.
I don't have an agent, Joe. I'm not fancy. I do all my own work.
Right. Well, I have. Right. I have an agent, but I only get my gigs that I get funded and put myself in.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, otherwise I'm just auditioning professionally. That's a fact.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you had a piece of advice to give new makeup artists, what would be the one piece of advice you'd give them?
Oh man, what a stale question.
Stale, but it's informative and helpful. I would say only post your best work and practice a lot. I mean, like every single day for like 3 or 4 hours, sculpt, paint, do whatever, take pictures, and get good feedback from people that you aren't friends with. Because your friends and family always give you great feedback. That was a great take. You're amazing. You're going places, and it can be shit. Get honest feedback, and then take that feedback to heart, and just keep working at it.
Absolutely.
My family never gives me any criticism. They just hate me. What?
That's criticism, though.
All right.
That's technically the criticism.
Yeah, true. Mom, what'd you think? Where you going, Mom? Okay. All right, I love you.
Well, that was actually what this show was like started on. We were just giving advice to new filmmakers and new, people getting into the industry. We wanted to give them advice on how to start, and and that's something that I've always wanted to hold on to on the show is just being informative for people that do want to do this industry, that do want to break in however they need to break in, but how they just get as much exposure as possible to
I mean, social media is great for that. That's why I keep my Instagram mainly just work. I was like, because now I found in the last few years, I'll have a producer hit me up and he's like, oh, we don't need your resume portfolio. We found your Instagram and your IMDb. They do that before they even. I'm like, oh, okay, that's weird to think some big execs on Instagram going, okay.
Ignore the messages I sent you.
Yeah, like, do you see I liked your work, Marcel? I'm sending you a script.
That's going to be the new age of how you get. Forget actors' access. It's going to be Instagram.
Yeah, Instagram. Yeah.
I mean, it really is. Instagram and TikTok are blowing people up now, from actors to makeup artists to everything.
Yeah, well, those who can get exposed are now exposing themselves. I have a restraining order for such a thing, but still.
I was good. That's a different. That's not Instagram. That's something else.
That's at the elementary school. What?
My OnlyFans is taking me places, guys.
Yeah.
I mean, it can.
Yeah.
I think Mia Khalifa is making like $5 million a month just on OnlyFans.
Wow.
Yes.
Mia Khalifa?
Yeah.
Who is she?
Porn star. She was a porn star, but now she just does OnlyFans.
All right, I don't know. I don't watch porn. I mean, I don't know porn names.
Well, she's probably one of the biggest names.
I don't know, dude. I don't watch.
I'm definitely not watching female porn stars, so I have no idea who she is. I'm like, who are you? Ma'am, get those booties out of my face.
Who's your favorite porn star? I'm kidding. But if you
I
don't
think I know a favorite porn star.
Yeah.
I don't think I know their names.
Yeah.
I remember when I liked when I was a teenager. Tit Pig. Google Tit Pig. Yeah.
Tit Pig?
Tit Pig, that was one. He died now, I think he's dead. But I remember, there was a porn star in Seattle that I remember they had a full-size poster of him, and I was like, okay. And then I went home and searched it out.
Yeah, stretched it out more like it.
I did some sleuthing on the interwebs.
That's interesting. Oh. Wait, they had internet when you were a kid? They didn't have that when I was a kid. Like, when I was 12, if you didn't have a Playboy or any of your dad's videos, you never...
Playboy, my God, get a Hustler. Playboy.
Yeah, I mean,
Amateur hour.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, like, nowadays, kids are like, they're way ahead of the game, man.
Whatever you want to say.
God, I've never got anything done as a kid if I had Google.
Yeah.
Dude, just be a porn.
Don't you have a teenage son?
Yeah, and he never comes out of his room. Thank God. Jesus.
It's either online gaming or porn.
Yeah, which is the same thing, basically.
But have you seen some of these gaming characters? A lot of the gaming have like huge tits and they're wearing like barely anything. Like, it's
I think that's always how I feel like when Mortal Kombat came out and everything, all the guys were like, oh my God, I'm like, she's like a pixelated little woman, guys. Like, really?
They were like pointy. They were like, what are you?
Yeah, I was like, it's not even as full circle. It's like little like an octagon boob. I'm like, oh, okay. And the guy's like, oh yeah, you can pause it here and they move. And I'm like, okay.
Mario had a boner. Two little extra pixels pointing upward.
You see where these conversations go? They just go.
I feel like this podcast has just destroyed my career. I'm like, what are we talking about? This is it.
We're just having.
They're going to come remove my Emmy and I'm blacklisted.
You're be like, Joe, you better get your fucking movies funny because I don't make any money.
Oh, boy.
Yeah.
But, you know what? We'll end it on that. You know, with that said.
Good luck with your career.
Yeah. We had to just completely just trash this episode. We couldn't edit around it. It was bad, guys.
I'll email you in a week and say, well, we're not airing that one.
Yeah, well.
Okay, cool. Fair enough.
Disney already contacted us to shut it down.
We haven't even posted it. How'd they find out? They know everything. They bug everyone's phones.
Yeah, probably.
They know everything. They're like the NSA. No, but thank you for joining us on the Killer Collab podcast. You know, it was definitely a pleasure. Marcel, congratulations once again on the Emmy.
Thank you for having me.
And, you know, hopefully we get to work together in the future.
I'll see you soon.
Yeah. So.
Oh, really good? Is that a promise?
Yeah, I'm going to try to go out to LA like in the next couple of weeks.
Yeah.
Chris Lado, Joe Davison, Marcel Beggs. My name is Tony Devil, Tony D. Thank you for joining us. The Killer Collab podcast. See you next week.
Bye.